It's week 1 of the National Football League, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Packers and the Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League welcomes you to South America and one of the world's most populous cities, vibrant Sao Paulo in the southeast region of Brazil. Welcome to South America, wherever you are around the globe, the NFL in Brazil. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, a quick trip from Arrowhead last night to Sao Paulo for this one. Greg, the second game of the season, first ever in Brazil. And I love the matchup, too, the Packers and the Eagles.
It's just so incredible to see the growth in
a festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down of the 25-yard line. The Eagles led out by their quarterback, and he is the leader of this offense. Jalen Hurts has that calm demeanor about him, can make the big plays as well. Greg, here he is already in his 5th year in the NFL.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
In order for this play to be successful, man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. The second down throw is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just layups like that.
On third down, it's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And he's gonna get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Hurts now. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Rasul Douglas there to break that one up. Hurts working. That's caught. It's the tight end, Dallas Goedert.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
They'll try and run here with Sanders. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. He's going to tuck it and go. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. One more time with Sanders. And he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he may have come back a little bit, and now it is third and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On fourth downs, Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This about as short as you can get. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are out to an early 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Green Bay offense set to go to work for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this guy is certainly at the top of the list. Let's not forget, this is not some washed-up quarterback who can't let go of the past. He is still capable of playing at an all-pro level, and if he continues to do so, any team he's on is going to be a Super Bowl contender.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The Eagles offense ready now for their second drive. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. On the ground, here's Sanders to start the drive. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. To throw is Hurts. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Third down coming up. Man in motion is Smith. Third and short, and Hurts will throw. That one caught by Smith. And he will go all the way. Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles. third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are out to a 10-0 lead. A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to take over for their second possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll run the toss here with Jones. And he'll take this to about the 28. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early, and they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Sanders. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now Hurts. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. A pistol snap back to Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A run up the middle, it's Sanders. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Quay Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. 3rd and 9. Man in motion is Smith. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Rodgers. He'll get that into the hands of Cobb. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a 1st down. On play action, Rodgers. That's to Reed. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And When you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the give, it's Jones. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll go back to Jones on first down, and that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Play fake. It's Rodgers. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. We'll have more from South America and beautiful Sao Paulo after this. Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down. From the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to lead to fourth down. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Packers are on the board. It's now 10-3.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
On the return, here is Ainias Smith. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's taken in left side by Smith. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot. Man in motion is Smith. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A first down throw for Hurts. He's got his tight end. There's Hurts. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. So Goddard, the tight end, comes in motion. A run. It's Sanders. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards. Hurts on the design run. And he'll work his way down inside the 30. Chewing off 7 yards on that one. Second down and 3. To throw is Hurts. Jair Alexander is there to bat that one away. Third down, here's Hurts out of the gun. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
He's got it inside the 5. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Hurts going to keep it on the option. And he will take it in himself. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That his second touchdown tonight. The ability for the quarterback to run with it. Greg, great choice there as he gets in the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, what makes the zone read so effective down near the goal line is it forces the defense to account for an extra player. In this case, it's the quarterback. And when he sees that end crash, he pulls it, and he's able to take it in himself.
A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion left. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. Look wide, get this one complete, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, Jones. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Rodgers now. He gets this complete, finding Adams.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
And he's got the veteran Cobb. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Rodgers going up top again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Wes Watkins gonna bring it back. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Devontae Smith and the rest of the Philly offense heading back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe? Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Hurts looking to throw on first down, and he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Hurts working in the pistol. That's caught. It's Miles Sanders. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Third and long. Hurts now. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and that's going to lead to a fourth down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles will extend their lead. A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back with more on this opening week after this. Rodgers on 3rd and 2. He'll complete it to Adams. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. This is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Again, it's Rodgers. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. They look to run with Jones. And he'll go down, back at the 4. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Motioning Tunyon, the tight end. Third and goal for Aaron Rodgers. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Here to take it back, Quez Watkins. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He finds the veteran Ertz. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. One final throw before the break, and that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Greg in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Then in the 4 Eastern window, it'll be a later than usual start in Cleveland, where it'll be the Browns taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, take 2 for Aaron Rodgers, the Jets and Niners from Santa Clara. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense and Aaron Jones set to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the gun, Rodgers. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On play action, Rodgers. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and 5. Motioning Tunyon, the tight end. third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Now Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I think what stands out here, Mike, is there's a lot of guys in the league with the ball in their hands. They have great straight line speed. But it's the footwork. It's the ability to make you miss. That's what stands out about this guy, and you can see here on the big game.
They run it once more with Jones. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now a handoff, Jones, and he'll work this down inside the 35. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Rodgers. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Packers will cut the lead down to 4. A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Straight ahead, it's Sanders. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Big TJ Slayton on the tackle. It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. Here comes the Eagles punt team. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. That one caught by Adams. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On comes the Packers punting team. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. This team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Here's a screen now for Sanders. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A pistol snap back to Hurts. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To the air again, Hurts. There's that man again, another catch. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Hurts will try it again. He's got his tight end. There's Ertz. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. From the gun, here's Sanders. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches. Receiver in motion, going right. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Eagles.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Elliott on now for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead. A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So now this team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
He was trying to get it to Aaron Jones that time. And that'll set up 4th down. Packers set to kick this one away. He's on to punt it for the 4th time tonight. And a pretty good punt there. A fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Sanders. And that's well read by the defense. Not backwards. He's back at his own 9-yard line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Now problems. He loses the football near his own goal line. And that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. What a mistake, Greg. That's the worst place on the field for that to happen. The fumble back in your own danger zone turns it into a disaster zone as the defense gets 6 points.
Yeah, and anytime you attempt to pass out of your own end zone, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit, but what a great time to bring pressure. If you're the defense there, you know you have them backed up, you know their quarterback's looking to make a play to get out of there, and you dial up pressure at the perfect time, not only to force the fumble, Mike, but you're able to recover it in the end zone for 6.
So, after the fumble return, they'll bring the offense out and go for 2. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. That's into the hands of his receiver, Watkins. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more of the NFL International Series after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Sanders. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. The tight end Ertz in motion. They'll try and run here with Sanders. And he's going to have an Eagles first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground with Sanders. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. To throw, Hurts. He'll go right back to Smith. They hook up again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Hurts again. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
That's a dozen. Catch number 12 and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
The tight end Ertz in motion. They run out of the gun with Sanders. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Miles Sanders. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
A festive atmosphere. First time the NFL has brought a regular season game to Brazil. And off we go here in Sao Paulo. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Not much to speak of on that one, maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Here comes the screen to Jones. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass. On 3rd down, Rodgers. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Rodgers going up top again. The throw on the run is complete. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here's Jones. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he's got the 1st down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. Rodgers. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by T.J. Edwards. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The Eagles offense and receiver Devontae Smith take the field for their next drive. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. You held serve at home, have the lead here in the 4th quarter, and now it's all about bleeding down that clock. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, Hurts. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Motioning Tunyon, the tight end. They'll drop to throw. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6. It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete, but as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to be 4th down.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
And he's going to have a Packers, and he is going to have the Chargers. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Rodgers on 1st down. There's that man again, another catch. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
The Eagles offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Packers going to use their final timeout now. Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. A win here for the Eagles. They get the W in the first ever game held in South America. It'll be a long but a happy flight home as they get set for their home opener in Week 2.